Good afternoon. It's Pastor Tim here from River West. I hope that you are doing well. I was hoping to film this video outside, but due to the Trans Mountain Pipeline, we are indoors. Also want to give a shout out to our nurses and doctors. Thank you for all that you do. This week is International Nurses Week. So I just want to thank you for all that you are doing in the midst of this crisis that we are in. We are into week 9, 10, I don't really know of this COVID crisis. It's starting to blur together, and we're shifting from sprint to marathon. And I don't know if you're feeling the same way I am, but I'm kind of getting tired of it. Zoom is starting to get old. Not being together is starting to wear on me. It's starting to tire, and I long for the moments when we can be together again, when we can laugh and when we can share muffins and in the back and have coffee and give each other hugs and just be together. There's that longing in my soul for something that's missing. But yet at the same time, I realize that God is doing a new thing. That God is in the midst of this crisis bringing about His kingdom, His will. It's often in these moments of change, these moments when there's a shift that are the most challenging to navigate, to know how to deal with them well, because we long for what was, and in many ways there's a lot of positives there, but we also know that God is working and God is doing a new thing, as He always is. Jesus, when talking to the Pharisees, who were kind of like the evangelicals of his day, he was talking to them, trying to explain what He was doing, and they just weren't getting it. They didn't see it because they were locked into the system that was, and they weren't seeing what could be. And in this moment, He says to them, "You do not pour new wine into old wineskins, because if you do, the wineskins will crack, and not only will you lose the wine, but the wineskins as well." Wineskins that were used for wine were always new ones, because a new wineskin is flexible, it grows. As the pressure from the fermentation, the process grows, that new wines could stretch. But the challenge is that old wineskins, which had already been used, they couldn't stretch. They had already been stretched and they were brittle. And so Jesus here is saying to them, I'm doing something new. And you can't apply old structures and old formulas to what I am doing now. I believe in the same way, God is doing something new in our culture. We are seeing over 49% of churches are actually growing. 2 months ago now, 89% of the churches were shrinking. We're seeing spiritual awareness grow in our culture like never before. People are coming to Christ. And so while we do lament and we do long for a day when we're back together, we also have to see what God is doing, the new wine that He is pouring out. I'll admit to you that I'm getting tired of Zoom. I know that may come as a surprise. I may seem natural on it, but I'm growing weary. And I have to remind myself that God is doing a new thing. I have to continually remind myself that God is at work and that God is accomplishing and His purposes. As we both hope for the future, yet acknowledge what is now, I encourage you to be like that new wineskin. Allow yourself to be challenged, stretched. Allow yourself to accommodate what God is doing in the here and now. Don't fight it, but allow God to speak in and through you and around you. That is my prayer. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy the sunshine that we are having and will be having for the next few days. Get out there, soak in what He has made, and we'll see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. for Zoom. It's going to be great. We're in Acts chapter 9, which is the conversion of Saul. And I am so excited to share with you about Saul and this process that he went through and that we are going through as well. Bye for now.